When watching a dancer freeze mid-movement into the posture of a famous statue, one cannot help but notice the paradox. The image looks fixed and eternal, yet the dancer is anything but static. He embodies strength, control, and discipline in the pose, but also agility, adaptability, and readiness to move again. This interplay between rigidity and flexibility holds a profound lesson for our professional lives, organizational cultures, and even job interviews. Below are 9 insights that can be drawn from this fascinating metaphor. 1. Stability without stagnation. Organizations require a degree of stability, rules, procedures, and shared values. Like the dancer holding a pose, stability signals professionalism and reliability. Yet without flexibility, this stability becomes stagnation. Research shows that firms balancing exploitation, stability, and exploration, adaptability, outperform those leaning exclusively on one dimension. March 1991. Practical tip. Leaders should review processes annually, keeping only what truly adds value while remaining open to experimentation. 2. Flexibility as a core competence. Just as the dancer must be physically flexible to enter and exit each pose, professionals need cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift perspectives, approaches, and behaviors. Studies show cognitive flexibility predicts better problem-solving and resilience under stress. Martin and Rubin, 1995. Practical tip. Train flexibility by practicing what-if scenarios in team meetings, challenging default assumptions to keep minds agile. 3. The power of controlled pauses. A pose is not random, it is intentional. Similarly, career growth requires deliberate pauses to reflect, learn, and reorient. Research on deliberate career reflection suggests that structured pauses enhance long-term employability and career satisfaction. Hall et al., 2018. Practical tip. Encourage employees to use reflection journals or structured mentoring check-ins every quarter. 4. Rigidity as a risk in job interviews. In interviews, many candidates freeze like statues. They over-rehearse, give memorized answers, and project rigidity instead of authenticity. Recruiters often interpret this as a lack of adaptability, which is increasingly vital in today's workplace. Poulakos et al., 2000. Practical tip. Candidates should prepare flexible frameworks, such as the STAR method, but adapt them to the flow of conversation instead of delivering frozen monologues. 5. Emotional flexibility in leadership. The dancer embodies not just technical control, but emotional presence. Leaders too must shift their emotional tone depending on the context, being firm in crisis, empathetic in feedback, and inspiring in vision. Emotional flexibility has been linked to higher employee engagement and reduced burnout. Gross, 2015. Practical tip. Practice emotional labeling exercises, noticing and naming your own emotional state before team meetings to better regulate responses. 6. Organizational agility. Moving beyond the statue companies that pose too long in one successful strategy risk obsolescence. Kodak's fixation on film, despite inventing digital photography, is a classic case of rigidity. Research on organizational agility shows that adaptability is a predictor of survival in volatile markets. Teese et al., 2016. Practical tip. Introduce sunset reviews for projects. If initiatives stop adding value, retire them rather than preserve them as statues of the past. 7. Interviews as a dance, not a statue gallery. Job interviews should be seen as dynamic exchanges rather than static performances. Candidates who interact with curiosity, ask thoughtful questions, and mirror the flow of the conversation display flexibility that organizations prize. Klehe et al., 2012. Practical tip. Before an interview, prepare 3 adaptive questions that you can ask based on the direction of the discussion, rather than relying on a fixed script. 8. Mastery lies in the balance. Ultimately, the dancer demonstrates that mastery is not about choosing between rigidity and flexibility, but rather about integrating both. Strength and control enable him to maintain the statue's posture, but flexibility and adaptability will allow him to return to movement. Professionals and organizations alike must cultivate this balance to thrive in uncertainty. Practical tip. Create flex stability goals for every KPI related to efficiency. Pair 1 KPI related to learning or innovation. 9. Flexibility in the new world of job search. Today's job market is dynamic, shaped by the impact of AI, hybrid work arrangements, and rapid industry shifts. Treating LinkedIn like a static CV, a frozen statue, is no longer enough. Recruiters look for signs of adaptability, candidates who post insightful comments, engage in discussions, and demonstrate continuous learning. Research indicates that online networking and digital presence are now crucial factors in hiring decisions. Nicolau, 2014. Practical tip: use LinkedIn dynamically. Share brief reflections, comment on industry news, and update your profile regularly to showcase emerging skills. A living profile signals flexibility, curiosity, and readiness for change. Conclusion: